Today we're traveling to Nuremberg, Germany to look at a piece by Albrecht Dürer.
Ложь и злоба миром правят, совесть душат, правду травят. Мертв закон, убита честь, непотребных дел не счесть. Заперты, закрыты двери, доброте, любви и вере. Мудрость учит в наши дни, укради, обмани.
The piece is a painting of Charlemagne the Great, first king of the Franks and emperor of the Romans. Currently this work resides in the same place where it was made, Nuremberg, Germany. But in the past it has made its way to Cologne, Venice, Milan, Florence, and Rome. It can be found at the National Museum of Germany.
This is truly where it belongs, Ollie. Although many might be misled by his title, King of the Franks, he was King of the Franks and Germans alike, ruling side by side with the Pope. When looking at this picture, we can see where the Frankish and German influence overlap. On the top left is a huge shield with the German coat of arms, a black single-headed eagle against a gold background.
Yeah, Vin, I agree. This eagle covers his golden robes. This Germanic eagle is featured often throughout German history, including an appearance on the Nazi Party's emblem. On the top right is another shield with 3 French lilies, an iconic symbol of French influence, usually seen everywhere.
Both shields seem to be pointed at Charlemagne's cross crown, as if to put Catholicism in the center, relating these two cultures. It's in fact hard not to look at his crown, because how magnificently it's adorned with gems. In his left hand is the globus cruciger. This roughly means in Latin orb, wearing a cross. This orb is to represent Christ's dominion over the globe. The orb in the hand of the earthly ruler only emphasizes more that Christ is above all, and even those most powerful on earth are nothing compared to Christ's glory.
Yeah, the crosses we're seeing on Charlemagne's crown and in his hand are to remind us that he is not just any ruler of an empire. He is the Holy Roman Emperor. He rules with Christ and the Pope. In Europe at the time, there was no competition for Catholicism. The Pope was the most powerful man in the world, in everyone's minds, but he didn't actually have physical power until Charlemagne came and conquered France and Germany in the name of Christ.
Exactly. This is where the sword comes in. He not only has the power of Christ and the wealth of a king, but he also has the means to fight for and defend his land. With much instability in Western Europe, with southern pressures from the Saracens, northern pressure from the Vikings, and eastern pressure from the Magyars, Franks, Germans, and Italians alike needed a strong leader to defend their towns and manors. This is propaganda advertising leaders like Charlemagne are ideal for thriving in empire.
Now, this would have been made around the time Lutheranism started picking up, and the artist, probably like almost all Europeans at the time, was Catholic, trying to suppress this new discovery in theology with past successes of his religion. The artist reminds the people of their roots, a Holy Roman Emperor, a Catholic.
Again, touching back to the topic of his clothing, just look at how much gold is in this picture as a whole. Even his sword looks golden. We can also see about a dozen golden eagles in this painting. It's interesting because there are lilies in the top left, but none other than that. My guess is because this piece was made in Germany. Dürer chose to make use of this imperial coat of arms rather than that of the French.
I also love the details put into Charlemagne's face. The artist managed to evenly distribute his hair to almost give it a godlike appearance. The wrinkles and hair color give Charlemagne this wise, old, experienced look, but still, he holds his sword in his right hand, as if prepared for battle.
It's this image of power Charlemagne and Dürer want people to believe Charlemagne inherited from Christ. With Christ above all in the Middle Ages, winning the favor of the Pope gave the people the impression that you had the right of Christ to rule.
I'm not sure if I agree with using religion to manipulate the minds of medieval Europeans, but it was a smart move by Charlemagne, and paid off big.